We are live. What is up, guys? Welcome in. This is Mountaineer Paul. Um, Apparently, they've changed it. I didn't realize this, but now you have to have a premium account on X to stream. Um, that just caught me way off guard. Um, so we'll have to fix that almost immediately. But we've got some breaking news. Brett Mcmurphy of the Action Network has reported, and let's get into it really quick. I'll go over here to his post that he made over on X. Let's get that out of the way. Big Ten, SEC unlikely to add Florida State if it leaves ACC and the ACC survives, sources told Action Network headquarters. Big Ten and SEC don't want Florida State because adding Florida State doesn't make financial sense and no desire to expand. Also, they've been a disruptive partner, sources say. So let's see if there's an article here. I am subscribed. So let's read this article off really quick, guys, and then we'll get into what's going on. All right, let me share this screen really quick. Also, I'll do the ad read right after this. So this is from Brett Mcmurphy, who is well respected in this realm. But Florida State likely will not have a spot in the Big Ten or SEC if it's successful in leaving the ACC, and the ACC stays intact, sources told Action Network. If and when the Seminoles break free from the ACC, their top choices would be to join the Big Ten and SEC because of the huge difference in television media rights revenue, sources said. However, there are multiple concerns about adding Florida State, sources say. Those reasons include the fact that it doesn't make financial sense for either league. There's no appetite for more expansion, and Florida State has shown it's not a good partner, which is very true up until now. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey was asked on Monday's SEC Media Days how closely he was following the legal challenges by Florida State and Clemson to exit the ACC. We're focused on our 16 period, Sankey said. I'm not going to guess about what happens next. We can certainly remain at 16 for a long, long time and be incredibly successful, which is true. Action Network contacted more than a dozen individuals, including university presidents, conference personnel, athletic directors, network executives, and consultants. None would be identified because of sensitivity surrounding conference realignment. 3 SEC presidents recently told Action Network they had no interest in adding Florida State. It takes 12 of the 16 SEC presidents to favor adding another school. The Big Ten is also not interested in the Seminoles, sources say. Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti is staying away from expansion, and we're taking Tony's lead, as source said. Another, why would anyone want to expedite more chaos by adding Florida State? One source, however, cautioned, never say never about Florida State going to the Big Ten because there could be a path if the ACC disintegrates. There's no appetite among presidents unless there's some catastrophic development with the ACC, and it forces the Big Ten into a decision, the source said. If the ACC blows up, who picks first between the Big Ten and SEC? Who picks second? If there is a need and desire to expand, you take inventory so your competitors don't get it. But the presidents and chancellors are looking for stability. Despite what social media geniuses are suggesting, no one, the leagues, the networks, is driving expansion. That could change if the SEC no longer exists. But if the price to get out of the ACC is too prohibitive that Florida State and Clemson are the only schools to exit, what happens? Very good question. If the ACC doesn't implode, Florida State could be in a dangerous spot, another source said. I don't know if they have the home. Unless there's a doomsday scenario and the ACC implodes, Florida State is in a bad spot. Another source stressed the Big Ten is happy where we're at. What's the upside of Florida State, the source said. We got what we needed by adding USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. And Oregon and Washington, we were added at 50 cents on the dollar to help USC and UCLA. Who would Florida State help and at what cost? And most importantly, who's going to pay it? This is a long article. I probably won't read every bit of it. If the ACC no longer exists and the floodgates open, allowing a max exodus from the ACC, North Carolina and Virginia would be highly sought after by the SEC and the Big Ten, sources said. It just blows me away. Several sources added that they weren't convinced they could trust Florida State as a new member. Look what they did, getting the Attorney General involved, accusing former ACC Commissioner John Swafford of rigging the television rights to help his son, filing a suit to expose ESPN's TV deals, something that the other three power leagues are against, by the way. The source said, they're not a good partner. There's no congeniality. No one wants that. It's not about Florida State getting out of the SEC's granted rights. They're not a fit. Wow. That added another Big Ten source. There are too many negatives. They've proven to be a disruptive partner. Even if you've got them at a similar discounted rate as Oregon and Washington, do you trust them as a partner? There's also Florida State's Association of American University status to consider. Every Big Ten school is a member of the prestigious AAU except for Nebraska, which was an AAU member when it joined in 2010, but currently is not. Florida State is not an AAU member. While it's not a requirement for Big Ten schools to be AAU members, it's a preference. It's a clubby among the presidents, and AAU membership is significant to them, the source said. Remember, these are presidents and chancellors that make these expansion decisions. If the Big Ten and SEC aren't options, the Big 12 would seem to be a potential landing spot, the sources said. The only problem Florida State and Clemson aren't currently that enamored with the Big 12. But then again, neither were Utah and Arizona State until they saw the Pac-12 crumbling before their eyes, and then they look where they ended up. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So this is a pretty big bombshell. At the end of the day, guys, I don't know how you guys are feeling on this, but it definitely feels like Florida State's put themselves in a rough spot here, to say the very least. They, at the end of the day, have done this to themselves. And that's why things being on the up and up matter in this day and age, where people want to believe it or not. Sometimes it's not all about money, but in this case, apparently Florida State doesn't add enough value for things to matter, which is pretty mind-blowing. I think if you look at it from a Big 12 perspective, they would. But the other two leagues, they don't, which is pretty surprising, but at the same time, not that all surprising. So for me, I think if you look at it at this point, for me, I think you probably have to go on the – I think the ACC is probably at this point needs to figure it out, right? I mean, yes, they could implode. Yes, Florida State could join the Big 12, and that would be great for us. I think. I mean, the disruptive partner aspect of this is definitely worrisome. But you're going to be down to your last strike if you join the Big 12 and you do something crazy to get kicked out. I don't see what that would be, but I mean, it definitely could be a hindrance to them joining. I mean, we don't want another Texas scenario where you have all this leverage, but it's looking more and more like it could happen. But I would still probably lean towards them being in the ACC long term at this point. It just seems to be what's about to happen. Curious to know what you guys think about that. Also, before I get any further, let me read the ad read for this video. Today's video is sponsored by Magic Shine Auto Spa and Tint in Morgantown, West Virginia. The Magic Shine, your vehicle's care is their top priority. They use only the highest quality products to ensure your car not only looks its best, but is also protected and maintained with the utmost care. From window tinting with top-of-the-line Max Pro Tint to protective ceramic coatings from Diamond Protect, they've got you covered. Drive it today and experience the difference at Magic Shine Auto Spa and Tint, where your car shines like new. Shine on, Morgantown. I can't believe X did this to me. I have to subscribe to X to live stream on there. That's like 70% of my audience. So this video is probably not going to be very long because nobody knows I'm live. It's unfortunate. So it says I have 9 people watching, which is like by far the least I've ever had. Never had this few people watching before. So This is an insane scenario, though, and I would like to say more about it, but I'm going to have to fix the thing over on X first. So I do wanted to get that reporting out. Let me know how you feel, guys, about it down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. Until then, guys, I'm going to go subscribe to X and then redo another video about this later on. Thank you guys for watching. This episode is over, and I'm out.